Okay, I guess I'm live now. Yeah, let me set a few things. I I had to restart my PC because OBS was throwing some NVIDIA error. Yeah, let me go to my studio, and here, let me log in. Yeah, and inside events, this is the event. Let me hopefully edit that. And yeah. Okay, so maybe let me share. Okay, I'll go here, go live, and I think this is my stream. Yeah, okay, I'm streaming live now. That means just let me pop this out. Okay, yeah, got it. Okay, and let me share this. Okay, we are building today. We are going to build WhatsApp chatbot using OpenAI GPT 3.5, and we will connect GPT 3.5 and WhatsApp through Twilio and with our custom server, and we will be answering queries, generating images, and also at the same time handling audio messages as well. So yeah, this is it, and let me share my community link here as well. Okay, yeah, this is my community link. Yeah. Okay, so this is my community link as well, and yeah, so let's get started then. Okay, I guess stop this meeting because I think nobody's gonna see that. So yeah, before we move forward, I would like to share a thing that I have developed this chatbot development essential course, and here you will learn all about Google Dialogflow and learn about intent, context, entities, fulfillment as well. And throughout this course you will build two chatbot. One is FAQ chatbot and second is question answer quiz chatbot. All the videos are there, all the materials is there, and you'll get my GitHub repository as well for the course where I have uploaded all the things. So you can get it from the community page I have shared here in the chat, and it is at this point running at only 99 Indian rupees. So now let me open the folder in which I want to write the code. So this is, I'll open it into Visual Studio Code. Yeah, before we move forward, I would like to tell you that I have done a couple of things. First, I have a Twilio account, and with that Twilio account I have created a project, and with that project I have got my Twilio SID and Twilio auth token. Also I have OpenAI API key as well. So I have provided those three things into this .env file, and I'll show you the variable names as well. So you can see I have this account SID and an auth token. I have copied that and used in my environment file, and I am inside my test project. So when you create a test or when you create a project, basically you will get these two things. Also, if you are not seeing this, I'll unpin that, so you will be hopefully seeing this kind of interface. And when you go to explore product and this messaging, so I'll pin that. So once I pin that, it is now here, and inside messaging, and go to try it out and send a WhatsApp message. You'll see this kind of interface where this is the WhatsApp number. So I have copied that and used that into my .env file as well. And when you want to interact with that, you need to write this phrase first. So this phrase will be different for you as well. So you need to write this phrase before you start communication. Now, saying all of this, the last thing is ngrok. So I'm going to use ngrok to tunnel my local host and expose it to internet. So ngrok is a free tool to get started. You can you need to log in first or sign up maybe, and then once you do that, you will download that, and there will be some token that you need to pass it to activate your ngrok. Yeah, once you activate your ngrok, in my case I have used it into the path of all my commands so that I can able to use it like this ngrok. But if you don't have, if you have Windows, you can download it and then you can use something like this ngrok.exe http and then 5000. Make sure you are in the directory where you have this file. Okay, so I guess this is it. So let me start my ngrok server at http port 5000, and I'll explain why 5000. Okay, so yeah, so my ngrok is started. Now let's first understand how this is going to work. Okay, so there will be a user. This user, okay, this is a user. This user will send a message on Twilio. Okay, this user will send a message on Twilio WhatsApp. Okay, or I can say any other WhatsApp API. Now that any other WhatsApp API or Twilio, we will set a webhook, or let's say this is our server. In this video we are going to build Python Flask server. So we will tell Twilio, in my case, or any other WhatsApp API service, that whenever you receive a new message from the user, just pass it to me. Whenever they pass, we will accept that and immediately we send 200, or I'll say okay 200 response back, so that they will understand, okay, we have received the event. Now here in the further step, we will process that and send a response using in my case Twilio APIs. Okay, so we will process that and we will send back a response using Twilio API, and I'm not sure why that got weird. Okay, yeah, now this will send message back to the user. Okay, this is the scenario. So we will build this in a way that we will receive information from Twilio, we will process that, and we will send that to the user using Twilio API, and this will happen on our server. So this is our server. Okay, this is the server as well, and this is the server as well. Okay, so let me save this as well into the folder. So yeah. I'll say process hyphen flowchart. Let me save this. Yeah, and also let me save the PNG version of it as well. I'll save this and I'll save it. Okay, let me save this. Yeah, so now the first thing we'll do is I'll create few folders. So I'll say this is my src folder, inside which I'll first create my init.py, and I'll say my app.py. Now outside I'll say run.py. This will be my entry point, and then I'll say, let's say helper underscore functions. Here I'll write all the helper functions, and at this point let me write init.py. Now yeah, but sir, it not worked. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but watch this video and it will work for sure. Okay, so yeah, so here I'm inside my helper function and I have created underscore init.py, and we'll write files one by one. So first I'll open my terminal and I'll say Python 3.10. I have Python 3.10. You can use whatever version you have, but the process will be same. I'll say -m venv and venv to create my new virtual environment. Okay, you can see my virtual environment is created, and I'll create git ignore file as well. Here I'll say exclude venv.env underscore py cache as well. Okay, let me save this. So now the next thing is to activate the virtual environment. In my case it is source venv bin and then activate. If you are on Windows, you need to use your virtual environment name, then scripts, and then activate to activate the virtual environment. And you can see now I'm inside my virtual environment, and let me increase the size first. Yeah, oh sorry, yeah, so now I'm inside my virtual environment. Let's install few things first. So pip install Flask to build the server, python -env to read the env files, then OpenAI to make OpenAI calls, and then Twilio to send message. Twilio, yeah, and I'll add AutoPap 8 to format my code very easily, and let me hit enter. So it will install all the dependencies, and let me select my virtual environment here. Yeah, so now I'll say from Flask import Flask class, and I'll say app equals to Flask, and I'll say underscore underscore name, and I'll say app dot route, home route, and I'll say def handle home, and I'll say return okay 200, and I'll also install Gunicon as well. So in case I need to, if time permits, if time permits, I will deploy this on render as well, but I'm not sure on that. So let me hit enter as well, and very quickly let me create the requirements.txt file using pip freeze greater than requirements.txt, and I'll hit enter. Yeah, let me see if there are okay sir, send the link in the WhatsApp group. Sure. So let me come here and let me copy this link, and I'll say WhatsApp, sorry, not this, web.whatsapp, and okay, yeah, sure. I'll link my device. And here in the group I'll say WhatsApp chatbot tutorial, or let's say live session link. Yeah, this is the link. Okay, yeah, so now I'll come back here. So yeah, so this is our base Flask template, and now I'll go to run.py, and I'll say from src.app import app, and I'll say if name underscore underscore equals to underscore underscore main underscore underscore then app dot run, and then debug equals to true. Yeah, just a minute, let me confirm that. Can you confirm that audio and video feed is okay? I'm not sure if this is okay or not, but I'll assume that it will be okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Okay, so this is our run file, and this is our app file. Now I'll say python run.py, and yeah, it has started the server. So I can click here, and we can see okay, response now. So this is our local host. Now what I'll do is that if you remember my local host 5000 is exposed through this ngrok URL. So if I click here and if I click on view site, you'll see the OK response. Now this is a public URL, anybody over the internet can use it, and you can see it is HTTPS. So now this local server is exposed to internet through this link. So yeah, now let's create another route, app.route, and I'll say Twilio, and Twilio will send a post request methods equals to post, and I'll say def handle Twilio, and so in order to receive the request we need to import the request, and I'll say my request body will be request dot get JSON, and I'll say return at this point OK and 200. So now if I save this, now I'll go to Twilio, and here I'll go to sandbox setting. So here in the sandbox setting we need to provide this URL. Okay, provide this URL followed by this path, because this message is going to come on this route. I'll hit save. Now I already have saved this number on my phone, so I'll go to my WhatsApp and search for this chatbot. Okay, okay, so this is my chatbot. The first thing I need to do is that if I come here, I need to write this join able -law. That will be different for your account. So I'll say join able -law, and if I hit send, you'll see that now I'm connected to Twilio sandbox. Okay, so now since my WhatsApp is connected to my server through Twilio, what I can do is if I hit send, high send here, you will see that it says unsupported media type, and this cause Twilio will send a form, and I'll say to dict, and I'll print the body as well. So what I'm doing here is that Twilio will send the data into a form request, so I'll convert that to a dict and we will print it. So I'll follow the process again. I'll say hi. Yeah, you will see that now this time we have sent 200 OK response, and you can see we got all the information. You'll see on what number it so from what number it came from. This is the 2 number on which it has received. This is the body. Okay, so now this is the 2, so this is the number on which the message came. This is the number from which the message came. So now I'll say body and then from. So this will be my sender's ID, and print body, and my text is against the body. So I'll say body. I'm not sure of the knowledge level of everybody watching this, but this is an object. Object has property, so this is SMS message SID is a property, and this is the value. So in order to get the value, we need to write in Python in this way, body and then this body, or let me change this to data so you don't confuse yourself with capital B and small b. So now this data is an object, so it has a property body. So when I say object name, property body, so I'll receive this. Object name, property from, so I'll receive this. So if you remember, I have said that in your .env file we need to write a variable called from, so that from will be this variable. Okay, WhatsApp colon plus 14155238886, because this is the sandbox number for everybody. So let's print that as well one more time. So when I say hi, oh, I did not save that, I guess. Okay, when I say hi, oh, I am not sure, I have lost my internet connection or what. This today's live session is creating issues because there are some background noises as well. Okay, no issue. In order to get your WhatsApp number approved, what you need to do is that you need to first have a Facebook Business Manager account. Once you have that, you need to get your WhatsApp number approved from Facebook Business Manager. Once it is approved, there is a few simple step process with which you can connect the already approved WhatsApp number to Twilio. Yeah, so I guess there was some issue maybe. Now let me show you that we can receive a audio message as well. So when I save this and when I come here and when I say, yeah, I'll allow that, and I'll say this is Raj Kapadia recording live, and when I hit send, you'll see that we'll receive it here as well. But I'm not sure what's the issue, because we got this third request but it did not hit our server. So I'll stop this, start it again. This will be my URL. I'll copy this, go to Twilio, sandbox setting, and here I'll replace that as well. Hit save. Let me say hi. I guess there is an issue somewhere in between cause I'm not able to receive the message. Maybe let me connect to my hotspot. There may be an issue with my internet connection. It is reconnecting. I send it hi here. Yeah, we received that, but it did not hit our reconnected successfully. Let me refresh this. Okay, chat is successfully connected. Okay, I'm not sure if it is working or not. Let me click on live. Let me refresh this, hopefully. Okay, so now, yeah, I think it is now connected. So now here I'll say chat completion, and I'll say hello. I'll save this and I'll say Python helper function OpenAI API. Oh, I did not print that. Yeah, you'll see that we got the response. So now let's connect this to our application. So here we are receiving the message and the sender's ID and message from this from and body. So I'll convert that into a variable. Let's say this is my query and this is my, let's say, sender ID, sender underscore ID. Okay, so now we need to write a function with which we'll send message to Twilio, and for that I'll go here, I'll say Twilio send WhatsApp message, and I'll say Python. Hopefully, yeah, this is the code I'm looking for. So I'll copy that. I'll come here, I'll create a new file, let's say Twilio underscore API.py. I'll paste it here, and my variable name is Twilio SID and Twilio token. Okay, and for that I need to from .env import load.env and then find.env, and I'll say load.env and find.env. So now so what this code does is that it creates a Twilio client with the help of account SID and auth token, and with that client we have a create method with which we will send message to the number. So I'll create a def send Twilio message. I'll say my message will be a string, in my sender sender underscore ID will be a string as well, and I'll return nothing at this point. And yeah, let me convert that, properly format that rather, and my body will be my message and my from so my to will be my sender ID. Okay, and this from you can leave it here, or you can read it from the environment variable as well. So I'll say os dot get env, and I'll say from. Okay, and I'll format this, and at this point, and I'll return none. Let's test this. So I'll say send Twilio message, let's say hello from the code, and I'll say WhatsApp, and then plus 919558. So this is my number, and I'll say Twilio API. Oh, okay, from number is not a valid number. Oh, I'm not sure why, because get env worked, so this should have worked as well. Get maybe this is the case. let's keep that as it was. Yeah, so this is the number. I'm not sure. Okay, let me save this. Yeah, and you can see that in my WhatsApp I received a message hello from the code. So our message is working, sending message mechanism. Let me save this. Now what we'll do is that we are receiving sender ID and query here. So what I'll do very quickly, my to do is first get the response from ChatGPT and then send the response to or through Twilio. So I'll say from helper function dot OpenAI API import chat completion. So I'll say my response is equal to chat completion. I'll pass my query here. Okay, so we'll get the response from here, and then I'll say send. So for that I need to import from helper functions dot Twilio API import send Twilio message, and I'll say send Twilio message. My message will be my response, and this is my sender ID. Okay, so yeah, hopefully it's fine now. So now if I come here and if I say hi, what is 9 plus 9? Okay, and I'll say question mark and hit enter. Hopefully we should receive a message. Yeah, hi, 9 plus 9 equals 18. So yeah, we got the message and we now received a response as well. So this is done, this is done. Now I want to generate images. So in order to generate images, I'll go to this OpenAI documentation, and under images section there is create image. So this will create an image. So I'll copy this and I'll come here and I'll go to this part. Let me paste this. So what it does, it creates OpenAI object, so that we already have done. It will pass a prompt here, a number of variation and the size, and it will create an image. So I'll say def create image. That will take a prompt, that will be a type string, and will pass a URL that will be a string as well. So here let me format this. So let's say this is my completion variable. If you look here, so this will send this kind of thing, an object which has a data property which is a list. So the number of images you want to generate, the number of object inside data. So let's say we want to generate only one image, so there will be only one element inside this data. So I'll say my, let's return completion data 0. So completion data 0 is again an object which has a property URL. So I'll take URL. Yeah, and here I'll say prompt. So let's say print create image. I'll say a flying horse. Okay, I'll save this. I'll come here and I'll say Python helper OpenAI, and I'll hit enter. Yeah, and you'll see this is the URL. If I click here and let's say open it, yeah, you'll see a flying horse, which is kind of a nice, I guess. So yeah, this is working. So now if you look here, we have now two things. Our query can be chat completion, or it can be generate image. So what I'll do this thing. If someone asks like ask and then ask a question, I'll use chat completion. If someone say IMG and then something, then I'll use it to generate the prompt. So what I'll do is that if let's say first words equals to query dot split. Okay, I'll say space. If words 0th element equals to ask, then I'll generate my response using chat completion. Else if, let me check as well, words 0 equals to, let's say, image, then response will be create image, and I'll pass my query. But now you'll see that we will have this image word and ask word. So what I'll do, I'll say my query equals to dot join. Yeah, so it will be like dot join words and then 1 to end. So that means from first element to the last element. Let me print the query if I'm not mistaken doing this. So I'll come here and I'll say slash ask who are you. Yeah, so who are you? I'll need to use space here. Yeah, hopefully that will work. So now I'll do the same thing here as well. Okay, let me save this and let me print query, remove that. Okay, so now if I come here and if I say image flying okay, let me do one thing. There is Lexica AI, I guess. Yeah, they will have good prompts. Yeah, so let me copy this prompt. Okay, I'll copy this and I'll say image and I'll paste the prompt and I'll hit enter. It will take some time because image generation will take time. Yeah, so this is the image we got. Okay, nice. I think we need to send an image, so I'll say Twilio send image WhatsApp Python. Okay, so yeah, everything is there. Okay, media URL. So I'll come here and we can have another parameter, media URL. Let's say that will be equal to media URL. Okay, let me say media URL, that will be a string. Let me save this, and when we send message now, in the case of okay, so okay, let me do one thing. Let me separate, or okay, let me separate send Twilio message and send Twilio photo. Let's say very quickly send Twilio message and send Twilio photo, and let me check. Yeah, when we send message, it can have a body as well. So maybe let's do one thing. Okay, let's not separate that, and what I'll do is that I'll separate both the call. Okay, message, and I'll say media URL is empty, and now here I'll say here is your generated image, and I'll say media URL is my response in this case. So when I save this, and let me do it very quickly, so I'll copy this prompt one more time, I'll paste it here, and hopefully we'll not see an issue here, hopefully. Let's say ask who are you, yeah, request has came. Okay, so it says media URL cannot be empty. Okay, man, I should have created 2 instances. Okay, so send Twilio photo and send Twilio message, and now I'll remove that. Okay, that will work now. So when we say send Twilio message and send Twilio photo, so now I need to remove that, and I'll change it photo. Yeah, let's try this. Let's try this. Okay, hopefully receive a response very quickly. Yeah, let's do this on this part. Okay, yeah, so we'll see the caption as well. Here is your generated image, and this is the generated image. Okay, so now 2 things are down. Now let's work on let's work on the audio part very quickly. So for the audio part, I have some code written, so let me copy that. I'll go to OpenAI API and I'll paste the code here, and I'll explain it in a very quick way. Yeah, so I need to, let me remove all of this. Okay, and I need to install sound file, pip install sound, sound sound file. Okay, let me hit enter. Okay, so now let me tell you what happens here, and let me first format the code a better way. And pip install requests as well. Yeah, it is there. Now let me explain you what the code does in. So what we are, so when we receive an audio message from WhatsApp through Twilio, that will be a OGG file. Okay, so we need to write the OGG file on disk. Once the OGG file is written, what we will do is that we will convert that to MP3, because OpenAI can only understand MP3. So if I go to audio section, yeah, create transcription, you'll see it has written OGG, but it was throwing error to me somehow. So I need to convert that into MP3. So once we'll convert that into MP3, we will call OpenAI transcribe service, and then we'll pass the OpenAI key and the file, and it will get the transcription. So yeah, let me do that very quickly. Let me format that, get env. Okay, let me do it very quickly. So for this I'll import temp file, and here I'll say temp file dot get temp directory, and let me import UUID as well. Import UUID just to create a unique identifier for the file. Let me copy this. Okay, so I think we don't need to set this API key because we have set that, but still I'll left it as, and okay, let me return only this part at this point, because that will vary error at the, okay, and yeah, so let me format that, let me save this. So now, as I said, we'll receive media URL in the data. I'll show it very quickly first. Data. Before that, let me just remove this part. We have done those things. So if data dot keys, so that will be media URL 0. So if media URL 0 is in the keys, then let's say at this point pass, else do this stuff that we were doing. So that means if you receive an audio message, handle it differently, otherwise handle it as it's a simple message. So I'll come here, I'll go here, and I'll click here, I'll say this is live video recording, I'll hit send. Yeah, oh, I did not save that, I guess. Oh. Hello, this is Raj Kapadia. Yeah, you'll see that we got now a media URL, and there was it's media URL M capital U capital 0. So that means if we have this media URL, then our body is empty. Okay, so that means our message has come through this file. So what we will do is that we will pass that media URL to this transcript audio. It will download the file, save the content, convert that into MP3, then pass it to transcribe function, get the transcript, and get the, so we'll get the transcript here. So let's say now my query is equal to, I'll say transcribed audio, my query equals to transcribed audio, and I'll say data, and then this media URL 0, because this accepts media URL. Now I received my query. I'll do this 2 steps. Okay, I'll say generate a response using the query and send it back to the user. I'll save this. Hopefully, fingers are crossed. I'll Hi, how are you? Yeah, we got that. No error. Oh, no module numpy. Yeah, I'll say pip install numpy. Hopefully, let's try again. Oh, hi, how are you? Yeah, let's see, fingers crossed. Yeah. Oh, hi, I am AI, so I don't have a feeling, but I'm here to help you. How can I assist you? Let's say, what is SOS? Yeah, SOS is sure. So I guess this is working, and this is working fine. So what I'll do is that I'll quickly push the code on GitHub. Okay, let me remove all of this. I have requirements.txt file, so I'll initialize a new GitHub repository. Let me make sure, yeah, everything is there what I want to push. I'll say first commit. I'll hit commit. I'll say yes. Let me very quickly check the repository names that I'm giving. It is okay. I'll say publish branch. I'll say WhatsApp chat GPT Twilio NAS event 0909/2023, and I'll publish this. Once you publish that, you can go to render.com, and here I'll go to my dashboard. I'll connect it to my Gmail account, hopefully very quickly. Let me refresh this to make sure it's there. Yeah, it is there. Now I go to render and then click on new web services, build and deploy from a Git repository. I'll say next. I'll select the I'll select the GitHub repository. I'll provide a name to my file. Let's say this is test server WhatsApp, choose the region nearest to me. Python 3 is okay. I'll say Gunicon. And then in my case, since I'm starting the application using run.py, I'm saying run and then bind to 0.0.0 colon 5000. Now here is the important step. You need to go to advanced and then environment variable, and here you need to provide all the variables provided into .env file, OpenAI API key, Twilio underscore SID, Twilio underscore token, and from. And once you do that, you provide those here. Also provide one more variable, Python version as well. That will be the version of the Python that you have used, so that it will not create any issue while downloading the dependency and building the image. And once you do that, you hit create web service. That will provide you a URL, and then you need to go here and change the URL, and that will work for sure. There is a further scope to this application, is that here you intervene a database where you store all the conversation. When you store all the conversation, when you use chat completion, you can use previous conversation here and kind of create a memory, so that it will ask it will respond based on the previous conversation as well. So I guess this is it from my side. Thank you everybody, and see you in upcoming events on my community. So if you are new to my community, just go to nas.io and learn everything about chatbots, and you will find my community. My community is free, and I'm hosting free events every week. You can see that I have created like 4 or 5 events. So I conduct 5 free events on my community, and teach about different stuff related to chatbots. So thank you for watching.